Hey guys, this is Dhey from ACM Student Chapter IITI Dhanbad, and in this video I'm going to discuss the D problem of Educational Purposes Round 90 rated for Division 2. So in this problem we are given an array A of n integers which are 0 indexed, and we can perform at most one operation, and the operation is we can choose a subarray AL to AR and reverse it. We need to do this operation such that the sum of elements on even positions is maximized. Note that we can perform it at most one time, so it is possible that we do not perform it any times. Now let's look at the pretest first. So in this 1 7 3 4 7 6 2 9, the sum at even positions is 13. 1 plus 3 plus 7 plus 2, 13. Now if we reverse the entire array, the sum becomes 9 plus 6 plus 4 plus 7, which is 26, which is the maximum sum. In the second example, the sum at even positions is 1 plus 1 plus 1, which is 3. Now if we reverse the first 4 elements, the array looks like this, and when we take the sum, it is 2 plus 2 plus 1, which is 5. In the third example, let's take the even sums first, and it is 7 plus 4 plus 7 plus 8 plus 7, which is 33. Now if we reverse just 8 and 4, then the sum becomes 7 plus 8 plus 7 plus 8 plus 7, which is 37. This is the maximum whatever case you take. Now the next case is 3 1 2 1. Note that in this case we do not perform any operation, and the sum at even positions 5 is maximum, and we cannot get any more even sum. So let's think of different approaches for this. First, we can choose all subarrays from L to R, which will be in n square complexity, but as we know n is 2 into 10 raised to power 5, so this approach fails. In n equal to 2 into 10 raised to power 5, we need to think of something which works in O of n or O of n log n. So let's analyze the problem a bit. The first observation is that if we choose a subarray with odd size, now the last element comes to the first place in this subarray, and vice versa. This happens for all of the elements, such as the second element goes to the second last element. Now if you observe carefully, the parity of the first element and the last element is same. So after reversing it, the even positions will remain at even positions, and the odd positions will always remain at odd positions. Let's look at the example to understand this. So let's say the array is 1 2 3 4 5. Now if we reverse L equal to 1 to R equal to 3, the array looks like 1 4 3 2 5. And now the even positions such as 3 stays at even positions, and odd positions stay at odd positions. Thus it is no use to take subarrays with odd size. Now considering only even subarrays, if we reverse a subarray, all the elements which were at odd place come to the even place, and they contribute to the sum even more, and the elements at the even place go to the odd place, and now they do not contribute to our sum. So now if we observe carefully, in an even subarray, instead of reversing, we can only swap the adjacent elements, as on swapping the adjacent elements, the even positions will go to the odd positions and odd will come to the even, which will be similar to reversing the subarray. Now after using these operations, the increase in the answer we get is equal to the difference between the sum of odd elements in this, which become even, so they get added to our answer, and the even elements will get subtracted from the answer. Thus the increase in our answer will be the sum of odd elements minus the sum of even elements. Now we need to maximize this difference. Now suppose that we take a subarray from L to R. If the given difference we found is positive, then we can check for an even bigger subarray, so that we can obtain an even bigger sum of differences. To get this bigger subarray, we do R equal to R plus 2. On the other hand, if the current difference we found is negative, then we do not use the subarray at all, as if the sum of differences becomes negative, then the answer will decrease from our original answer from the given array which we had. So it is no use taking such a subarray. So we just exclude this subarray and continue our search with the rest of the array. Now if we observe these two lines carefully, it is just a modification of the maximum subarray sum algorithm, such that instead of taking the elements of the array, we consider the difference of adjacent elements. So basically the maximum subarray sum problem is a DP based solution to get the maximum subarray in an array which may contain negative elements. As we can see, the difference between the adjacent elements can be negative. So what we do in this problem is we first take L equal to 0, keep increasing our R until the current is positive, and store the maximum current that we found in a separate variable. If it is negative, then we discard the entire subarray that we have formed till now and move ahead. And if it is positive, we do R equal to R plus 2 and continue our search for even a bigger current. So in this method, we are starting from L equal to 0. So the first R will be 1, as L equal to 0 to 1 will be an even subarray, and we keep increasing R by 2. So L will always be even. Now we did not take cases where L equal to 1 or odd for that matter. So we repeat the same thing with L equal to 1, so that all the subarrays with L odd indices of starting will be counted in it. Finally, our answer will be the maximum of these differences added to the sum of even indices in the original array. This may be confusing a bit, so let's look at an example. So this is the third example, I guess. Yes. So first L equal to 0 and R equal to 1. The difference we find is 8 minus 7, which is 1. Now this is positive, so we continue our search and increment R to 3. Now when R is 3, then 4 and 5 got added to our subarray. So the current will be the current which we formally found plus 5 minus 4. So it will be 1 plus 5 minus 4, which is equal to 2. This is still positive. So we continue our search. Say R equal to 5. So 7 and 6 got added to our sum. Now 6 minus 7 is minus 1. So 2 plus minus 1 will be 1. This is still positive. So we will keep on expanding our R. Now R equal to 7. So the current will be 1 plus 9 minus 8, as 9 and 8 got added to our subarray. So it will be 2. Now the next will be 7 and 3 got added. So 2 plus 3 minus 7 is minus 2. Now we repeat the similar thing for L equal to 1. Take L equal to 1, R equal to 2. Now current equal to 8 minus 4, 4. Now as it is positive, we increment it by 2, and so first it was 8 4, now it is 8 4 5 7. So 5 and 7 got added. Now we do current plus 5 minus 7, which is 4 plus 5 minus 7, which is 2. Similarly, we do it for the rest of the subarray. Now from all the currents that we get, we need to find the maximum. So as you can see, the maximum current is 4, and we found this from L equal to 1 and R equal to 2. So when we reverse L equal to R and R equal to 2, the array that we get is 7 4 8 5 7 6 8 9 7 3, and the sum we get is 7 plus 8 plus 7 plus 8 plus 7, which is 37. And originally the even sum was 33, and the difference we got is equal to the maximum current, which is 4. So let's look at a different example, the last example, which is 3 1 2 1. Now L equal to 0 and R equal to 1. So our current is 1 minus 3, which is minus 2. Now this is negative, so as discussed above, we need to discard this subarray entirely. So we move to L equal to 2 now. Now as L equal to 2 and R equal to 3, we take this subarray, and here too it is 1 minus 2, which is minus 1. So this is again negative, so it becomes, we keep 0. Now starting with L equal to 1, so our current will be 1 minus 2, which is minus 1, which is again less than 0. So here our maximum is always negative, so maximum equal to 0. So the maximum subarray sum originally was 5 and now it will be 5 plus 0 equal to 5. So as you can see, both the answers are correct here. Now let's look at the code for this one. So first we take input of n and array. Now in maximum we will store the maximum difference of sums of subarrays that we got, and in current we will store the current sum of differences. So initially both of them are 0. Now we iterate through 0, so L equal to 0 here, and we will always take the next element first. So I plus 1 should be less than n, and we increment it by 2 as we are taking only even subarrays. Now current plus equal to the difference between the odd position minus the even position. So the odd position will be I plus 1 and even position will be ARR I. Now as we discussed here, if it is negative we make it 0. So current equal to maximum of 0 and current. Now and the maximum that we got, at each step we need to update it. As you can see, it may decrease, so we cannot do it at the end. So mx equal to max of mx comma cur. Now we did it for all even subarrays starting with an even starting index. Now we need to do it for all even subarrays starting with the odd starting index. So we do the similar thing with I equal to 1, but note that instead of ARR I plus 1 minus ARR I, we do ARR I minus ARR I plus 1, because we need to add the element at the odd position, while we need to subtract the position at element at even position. So sorry. Similarly, we take the maximum of current and 0, and maximum equal to maximum of mx comma current. Now we need to find the initial sum. So the initial sum of all even positions can be found this way, and our final answer will be the maximum sum of differences that we got added to the sum of even positions in the original array. As we discussed this in the first example, the original sum was 33 and the maximum current that we got, which is stored in mx, is 4. So our answer is 33 plus 4, 37. So this was the code for it. It gets accepted. Now let's look at the time complexity for it. So this runs n by 2 times, this also runs n by 2 times, and this runs n by 2 times. So each loop runs n by 2 times, and the complexity for it will be O of n by 2, and the space complexity will be O of n, as we are using only a single array and nothing else. And as you can see, this is accepted. Thank you. Please subscribe to our channel for more editorials and tech related stuff.